tally.
That's been a mature display.
It's fucking disgraceful. It's disgraceful. What has happened to us? We're just going to accept this? Like, what has happened to us as fans, as people? And then for the UK, they got the nerve to put this shit on pay-per-view. In their last fight, Tyson Fury defeated Dereck Chisora left-handed. Busted him up, like, real bad. All of them, because they had to sign off on this. Remember, they tried to make this card was going to be, because you have Daniel Dubois on the card. So I have to imagine that it was going to be Fury versus Chisora 3 and Daniel Dubois versus Lucas Brown. Ew! What the fuck is going on in the sport? It's early, 7:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been up since about 5 a.m. or so. I've been on a bit of a hiatus. A boxing spiritual journey to find myself. And if I want to continue to do this shit full time, I'm always going to cover boxing, but boxing has been really, really bringing my piss to a boil. I'm talking about the pot. It's just boiling over. You got the lid on it, and that piss is just boiling out the, you know, hitting all on the, like it's just, you know, the lid's about to fly off. Boxing has been disgusting me. PBC has been disgusting me. The Zone has been disgusting me. Top Rank, I'm like, all right, I'm pretty cool. Because at least you get some consistency over there. You know? If they got big fights within their stable, they try to make them, or at least they make them. But this shit right here, Tyson Fury versus Dereck Chisora, Top Rank's hands are not clean. Oh, no, that's the thing, though. I'm done. Here's the thing. I have to make a decision in like the next couple of days. I've been mulling over it the last few weeks. You know, maybe I'm just going through my boxing menstrual cycle. You know, like sometimes, you know, about once a month in boxing, I get like, why they put all those fights on last week when we got an empty week this week? We could have had Shields Marshall this week. And, you know? But now, you know, I can't see, like, boxing needs to be broken down and rebuilt back up. It's too many hands in the pot. It's too many motives. For example, can you honestly, in the next 4 years, see Tank Davis versus Devin Haney? I can't. It's too much political mumbo jumbo that nobody cares about. You know? Then you have the dumb shit they did last weekend where they put Wilder Helenius on pay-per-view and Haney Kambosos on regular ESPN here in the States the same night. But yet we got a weekend like this weekend with the, you know, I don't even know what boxing is going on this weekend. That's how far I fucking fell off. I'm like, you know what? Is anything coming up of note? I mean, I know we got boxing on the 29th next weekend. You know, Katie Taylor returns. I do know that. Lomachenko, Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. But what's going on this fucking weekend, man? Now, here's the thing. This is not Dereck Chisora's fault. Dereck Chisora has earned himself somewhat of a significant or big fight. But for fuck's sakes, Tyson Fury, Jesus. I mean, what's worse? Would Manuel Charr been worse? At least it's a different opponent. Or how about this question? What's worse? Deontay Wilder fighting a jelly chin sparring partner in Robert Helenius, friend, I think you can consider them friends, or Tyson Fury fighting somebody he fucking beat twice. Dominated both fights. The second fight beat him so bad he beat him left-handed. Let's go back and watch some of the tape. Y'all want to go down memory lane? Let me show y'all some shit. I used to be the biggest Tyson Fury guy, man. I'm not saying I'm not still a fan, but like he's been on some real whorish behavior the last several months. Over or under, BT is going to have some sound issues. They have sound issues every fucking event, it damn near seems. Every media event. But, you know, Tyson Fury sometimes breaks my heart, man. You know, we don't deserve this. But look at this. This is me. Fury. This is me. This is how long I've been doing this shit. And to see him doing this shit again, look, this is me. Seven fucking years ago. Left-handed Fury beats Chisora so bad, fans boo. 11/29/14. What the fuck, mate? This is me. With my little fucking surround sound speaker in the back.
This fight, in the end, it turned out to be quite comfortable for you.
Look how slim I was. Chiseled. I was chiseled under there, looking very sickly. I was sick as fuck, though, for real. Like, 4 years later, I was in a coma. No bullshit.
Second of all, Peter.
Competition, he has been defeated. When it comes to Malik Scott, he was almost defeated. When it comes to where he should have been defeated. When it comes
well, anyway, the point I was making in this video is I was saying that Tyson Fury was going to beat Deontay Wilder's ass years and years ago. You know, I was singing the praises of like, yo, this dude is good. He's special. He can beat everyone in the heavyweight division. I was saying this shit back in 2014. And to see now that he's going back to fight Dereck Chisora, now this is not Dereck Chisora's fault. You know what I think, though? You know what I think? I think that he's more deeply involved in that MTK scandal than, you know, we really know about. What if his fucking shit was seized too? You know, because the way he's been, you know, trying to get these paydays out of nowhere, something making me think, we already know he can't travel to the States. Something making me think that maybe his money kind of, you know, looking a little funny. Or, you know, he maybe can't get to it. Because think about it like this. Who was MTK Global's? Who was their number one fighter? Who was their number one boxer? Tyson Fury. So, you know, some of the actions, you know, I used to be a street guy back in the day, and what they call it is some of the actions just make it seem like he's fiending, you know, like he chasing a dollar, or he chasing a crack, or he chasing a rock, or chasing something. Because first, remember, we already know Joshua, you know, whatever. Eddie Hearn never wanted that fight, in my personal opinion. He's fighting Chisora. There was Manuel Char negotiations. He tried to fight fucking the Mountain from Game of Thrones, that Thor dude. Who else was he trying to fight? It's just been looking like he's been trying to get a payday before this year's out. This is my personal opinion. Oh, I think we're finally starting with the press conference. So let's see. Hopefully it's not no cringe fake shit and they try to act like they hate each other. And is this going to fill out this stadium? In fact, you know what? No. We're going to watch the BT Sport version. I mean, not the BT Sport, the Queensberry. I want to see what they have to say about this mess. Like, what were they thinking? Like, they really, like, you know, like said, yeah, Dereck Chisora again. Let's see if he can do any different than he did the last time. Oh, they got Frank Warren.
Recently, when this fight was talked about, you said that you believe that Dereck Chisora would give Tyson Fury a better fight than Anthony Joshua. Can you?
Oh Lord!
Because I think he's got a better chin.
Just comes down to that.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from this version of Dereck Chisora, though? I mean, the fight that we saw 8 years ago, he's changed his nickname, right? He's called War now. He's got all these fans now.
That's it. He is what he is, and he's a changed man. Listen, I expect him to do the best he can. Listen, he gave Usyk all the problems in the world, didn't he? Only lost that fight by a couple of rounds. A lot of people had that very close. So Usyk, as we all know, is not a bad fighter. He did the 2 fights he had with Dillian White. I thought he won the first one. I thought it weren't a great decision. And the second one, he was in front till he got clipped. He's coming off a win against Pulev. That's his opportunity. But having said that, I just think Tyson's too good for all of them.
They talking shit already. They talking this shit already.
Tremendous win over Joseph Parker.
Well, he's the interim champion, so he's the mandatory to Usyk.
It felt like he announced himself with that win, and now
He did, big time.
Could we see Tyson and Joe at some point?
Maybe next year. Tyson spoke about it, actually.
He just spoke to me about it. He
Yeah,
said something about if Usyk ain't ready, I'll get Big Joe.
There you go. So that shouldn't be difficult to make then.
And in terms of the rest of the undercard, I understand there is an Usyk connection. There's a fighter on there managed by Alex Krasak on this undercard.
That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
So good that you guys are working together.
We are, and I'm pleased to be doing that.
It's all heading the right way.
It is. Fingers crossed. Provided we don't no banana skins on the third.
And they're putting this shit in the stadium too. They like, fuck you, UK, pay for this shit. Jeez.
I'll see you up there very, very
I
shortly.
look forward to it, young
man. Brilliant. Can't
Cheers,
wait.
Dave.
All right.
And word is Frank Warren events can get real rowdy. You know, so imagine all those motherfuckers in a stadium and all those travelers. It's going to be all this piss and fucking beer fucking cups everywhere. That play, and you know his events run late too. This is going to be some shit. I want to hear the stories from the arena alone. You know, the brawls and all that. This is going to be nuts. That's one thing going forward.
Fury with the uppercut. What a punch. The right uppercut. Dillian White flat on his back at Wembley Stadium with an absolute peach of a punch. He beats the count, but he doesn't know where he is. The bell might know it's off. It's called off. It's all over.
The undercard is going to be shit, though. We know that. We got Daniel Dubois versus Kevin Lorena. I believe that's his name. Y'all know my degenerate ass going to be here covering it. No matter how much shit I talk, I'm going to be here on Fight Week covering this shit. So when I say, you know, I'm not going to be covering, well, you've already noticed for a while now, I don't upload daily content. I don't fucking do videos off of tweets. I don't be like, oh, breaking news. Such and such responded to this. All that bullshit. Nah, that ain't me no more. However, fight days, what the fuck am I going to do on my Saturdays? I'm pretty much, you know, like damn near retired. Fuck I'm going to do. You know, even though I am starting a family, I guess that's kind of important. You know, let me shut up before I get myself in trouble. Are they on commercial break? What's going on there? But anyway, how you guys doing, man? Boxing has been really, really pissing me off lately. So we're here watching the Tyson Fury versus Dereck Chisora press conference. The fighter's going to be coming to the stage momentarily. I just hope it's not no fake bullshit cringe. It's going to be on December the 3rd over in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tickets go on sale this Friday, December the 3rd on BT Sport box office pay-per-view in the UK. Looks like going to be like 25 quid. Over here in the States, it's going to be on ESPN Plus. You know, those bastards, they made us pay for fucking Tyson Fury versus Dillian White here in the States on pay-per-view. That was a shitty undercard. I was laying on the couch. I just got up for the main event. Ugh. So here's a question I have right now. Type 1 in the chat if Fury versus Chisora. Okay, what fight is worse? 1, Fury versus Chisora in the chat. 2, Wilder versus Helenius. Now, let me say this. Fury beat Chisora twice. The last was damn near 8 years ago. Beat him left-handed. Beat the shit out of him to submission. First fight, he dominated. Here they are fighting again. Deontay Wilder fought a jelly-chinned Robert Helenius, who's a former sparring partner and friend that worked with him for many fights or other fights. We get these two motherfuckers fighting 2 months apart. Meanwhile, Joe Joyce beat the shit out of Joseph Parker about a month ago. What the hell is going on in boxing? You guys need to stand up and revolt. What the hell? They just doing anything these days. For example, David Benavidez versus Jose motherfucking Uzcategui. it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And to be honest, I don't want to see Teofimo Lopez beat up Jose Pedraza. Come on, man. Everybody gets it. It's equal opportunity. Eddie Hearn, he's just in hell right now. He's just in hell. The zone is just them motherfuckers. And I almost renewed my DAZN subscription. I think I was going to renew it the Thursday before Eubank Ben, and I didn't. So imagine if you renewed your subscription here in the States for that fight. It was DAZN pay-per-view over in the UK. Imagine if you renewed your subscription, and then what the fuck? Where's the fights? $22 a month or $150 a year. Those guys are maniacs. Boxing is on some real weird shit right now. And we media or whatever, we not supposed to talk about it, but these motherfuckers are weird. It's like, y'all's got to be some of the stupidest motherfuckers, man. You know, y'all be putting these fights on pay-per-view and then wonder why y'all lose money. Like, are they not out of touch with like how easy streaming is? Let me tell you what I did. Last night, I was like, damn, the Brooklyn Nets and Pelicans game. It was NBA opening season last night. I was like, damn, the Brooklyn Nets and Pelicans game is not on not nationally televised. So I said, you know what? Let me check out the fucking NBA dark side and go to I fucking opened up a stream. And that thing was so crisp. I opened up that Brooklyn Nets Zion Pelican stream on my VPN. I opened up that stream and I was like, what in the fuck? No pop-ups, no nothing. And these motherfuckers are out here putting on fights like this. They're killing themselves. Boxing is eating itself. And then you've heard the rumors about how Showtime can't guarantee Spence and Crawford numbers. money. They're just saying, hey, listen, you guys just go out there and sell a pay-per-view. Give the network their percentage, but you guys just go out there and sell a pay-per-view. Knowing both of them motherfuckers ain't like the most charismatic of dudes. Like, boxing is weird. Now, UFC, they're not doing well, but at least we know in that organization, they will make the best fight the best. It's just that they don't have breakout stars that is carrying the sport right now. Guys like Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, McGregor, they want him back. It's just not there. But boxing, it's all over the place. We we look at certain fights like, damn, we probably ain't gonna never see Canelo versus David Benavidez because of promotional mumbo jumbo, PBC and Al Heyman. They don't work with it. Canelo went over there one time. Or how about you got to talk about Spence Crawford or all the bullshit in boxing. I don't want to talk about that shit every day. There's other things that I'm going to be doing with my time. And I've been hinting at it and talking about it for years. And now I'm openly taking weeks off and not covering no boxing. I'm telling you, like, I'm done. Oh, here we are. Well, I'm not done. I'm still going to cover trash like this. See, I'm a boxing degenerate, okay? There's going to be trash ass fights that I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and I'm going to stay in the house and I'm going to cover that shit. Like Australian boxing. Got a little bit of passion there. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to Mikey. We're going to get some things going. I got some new ideas. Cover some movies, cover some documentaries. Talk about and when I do dabble out and cover other things like documentaries or movies or news, it does as well, or if not better, than when I cover boxing. And here I am whoring myself out for this sport that don't be showing no love back. You would think that this is me being a hoe. This is me being a whore. Can I be a whore? Can I be a whore? Can I complain? You would fucking think that fucking BoxRec, I use them for fucking all of my videos, big as shit on the screen. You would think the motherfuckers would send me a t-shirt? Fuck no. A fucking t-shirt. Why can't T-Street get his BoxRec t-shirt? Damn it. So all them ads that I be getting in my email about Magic Spoon, I get a lot of sponsorship offers. They'll be like, all right, give us fucking 150,000 views and we'll give you like $1,500 or some shit. Say that you like this Magic Spoon cereal, Motherfuckers want me to be like, hey, you know, here's the new Fitbit watch that you guys can go. I give you organic content. I'm not into all that, you know. Yeah, I want to monetize, obviously, but I'm not, you know. Thank you, OJ22. I can't believe this fucking fight is happening. I can't believe this shit either. These people are maniacs. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of things I want to do. I put too much money in boxing, you know? Where I think to myself, if I cover other shit, then I'm gonna be cool. So I recently rebuilt my PC over the last couple of weeks, because if you notice, for those who've been watching, I was lagging for a little while. So I had to, every 6 to 8 months, I have to, you know, update and clean out my rig, get everything running fast and smooth. You know, getting a full house remodel, that's a nightmare. I got 2 trials coming up, one November the 30th. That was supposed to be October the 30th. That's 4 hours. Then I got another trial, 8 hours on December the 19th. Like, fucking man, life is crazy as shit. So 2023 is looking real, real bright for me, and I'm not sure I want to take boxing with me. I have no interest in going to a boxing event ever again. I've been thinking about it. I haven't put an application in for a fight since the last fight I went to was Gary Russell versus Tug Stutnayambayar and J. Rock Williams versus Jason Rosario. Charlo versus Harrison won. Broner versus Mikey Garcia. I was at Joshua Ruiz 1. Yeah, I haven't been to a fight in a while. They wheeled Bob Arum out. I was wondering where he was at. Because he wasn't at both of the fights this weekend. He wasn't in. Jeez, Bob. They didn't woke him up. I wonder if he had his pot. I mean, God bless him. Bob is 90 years old, you know? No, I've never been kicked out of an event. I've been kicked out of casinos, but I've never been kicked out of an event. When I go to events, I'm always on my professional behavior. You know, I'm not really in a picture taking and all that. Like, when, you know, you may not know it, but on the back of the media credentials, some of them say, like, we're not allowed, like, media, you're not allowed to take, you know, like, pictures with the boxers and shit like that. But people do it.
Press conference will start very shortly.
Look at Money Man. He can tell he about to make some money. I just hope it's no fake cringe beef. That's all I don't want to see. You know? Make it look organic. But yeah, boxing is just not making me happy anymore. I've been trying to, as I said, I've been on like a spiritual, you know, like journey over the last like couple of weeks. Like, do I really want to continue to cover these trash ass fights that don't mean nothing, that don't lead nowhere? Do I really want to start building up Wilder versus Ruiz when I really want to see Wilder versus Usyk or Wilder versus Joshua? Will we ever get those fights? I don't want to see Golovkin versus Esquiva Falco. I want to see Golovkin versus Iris Lindy Lara. How come Golovkin can't go to Showtime? Is Showtime really going to be merging with Paramount Plus? And is Showtime, the network, going to be like disappearing, or are they just going to keep separate? Adrian Broner told Barbershop Conversation that Showtime may be done. Boxing ratings aren't what they used to be. Fans streaming this shit. All right, let's turn it up. Let's go listen to this and see what they got. They got to explain to us. I think they owe us, the people, an explanation. They need to tell us what the fuck is going on and why they made this fight. Don't y'all think we deserve? Like, I'm not talking about don't sell the fight. Tell us why you made it.
For a fight announcement of this magnitude.
Let's turn it up.
We're here because on December the 3rd, we've got a huge night of heavyweight boxing. It's live on BT Sport Box Office and, of course, on ESPN Plus in the US. We have not one, but 2 World Heavyweight Championship fights. The return of the WBC and lineal World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury, defending against a man who is guaranteed to bring a war to his door. Dereck Chisora sat with me. We've got a mouth-watering chief support. Daniel Dynamite Dubois makes the first defence of his WBA heavyweight title against a tricky South African southpaw called Kevin Lerena, who may give him fits on December the 3rd. We will find out. It's all brought to
Kevin Lerena ain't giving no fucking fits.
Queensbury, along with Top Rank, and of course Bob Arum is here today as well. Tickets go on sale at 12 o'clock noon.
Whoa. What the fuck is going on with Tyson? Did y'all see that shit? Let's go full screen.
Expecting the same to happen again. As you can see, it's a heavy-hitting top table here. We've got not one, but 2 Hall of Fame boxing promoters. Bob Arum joining us from America.
Don't think he was out partying last night?
2 Hall of Famers in boxing under one roof, and you're looking at a Hall of Famer right here as well, a future Hall of Famer. So that's 3 under one roof. We're not even at a convention.
So Bob Arum's here, and of course Frank Warren's here, the other Hall of Famer that Tyson referred to. And we have the challenger sat next to me here today making his...
I think this dude is on like popcorn. He was partying last night.
And the man who you've already heard from today. The lineal, the WBC World Heavyweight Champion, the man who needs no introduction really, Tyson Fury. And Frank, let's start with you. Let's bring you in here. Give us your thoughts heading into December 3rd, another huge night on UK soil for heavyweight boxing.
Okay, it may be just a few beers. All right, there we go. We're going to say that.
By none. And here we are at another stadium where I'm hoping he's going to put on, I'm sure he will, a great performance against a guy who we know comes to fight in Dereck. And I used to look after Dereck, and I know that Dereck feels that he's got the beating of him. Me, I think Tyson's the best heavyweight on the planet. I really, bar none. I don't care who's opposite him. I think he's got the beating of everybody. But Dereck's there to try and prove me wrong and try and prove Tyson wrong. But this is a great occasion. It'll be a fantastic fight. And it's a fight that Tyson can't afford to slip up on, because we're looking at that unification fight early next year, which doesn't give him a lot of time to prepare. So is Dereck going to be a banana skin or not? He's the highest rated available fighter for him to fight. You go on BoxRec, and I'm going to read these out quickly to cut through why we made this fight. Number 1 is Usyk. Usyk was not available. He said he couldn't fight.
What's up, rolling with the punches?
Anthony Joshua, we wasted a month on that. He's not available. Deontay Wilder fought last week. Andy Ruiz, who's fighting Wilder in a mandatory. Then Dillian White, who Tyson's beat. Then you've got Joe Joyce, who wouldn't be available. He only fought recently. Ortiz, who got beat recently. Then you've got Joseph Parker, who Joe Joyce beat. And number 9 is Dereck Chisora. And number 10 is Pulev.
All right, that's a great sell by Frank, but still.
So that's why we are where we are, with the highest available contender, who is Dereck War Chisora.
And the target, Frank? Dereck, did you want to say anything there? No. Not yet. It's coming. The target, Frank, is Alexander Usyk. I believe you mentioned it there, first quarter of next year.
Well, that's where we want to be, but obviously we've got to focus on this one. And
BT always has sound issues, Queensberry. I'm going to turn it up on my end.
in April, the Usyk fight, if it happens, is not until next late February, March. If he didn't fight in between, it'd be nearly a year out the ring, and that's not going to happen. He needs to fight. I gave him my word. I'll put a show on by the 3rd. That's what we've delivered. And he needs to be in the ring. He needs to fight. He's been training, and he needs, after this fight, if he comes through it, he needs to be in a position where he can get into a camp and have adequate preparation for a big fight, provided he gets through the fight.
Well, let's bring in Bob Arum joining us from America today. Great to have you, Bob. A second consecutive stadium fight in the UK for Tyson Fury. Give us your thoughts heading into this one.
Well, this fight is in a stadium which is now dear to my heart, because after 10 miserable years, my football team, the New York Giants, beat the Green Bay Packers here 2 weeks ago. So I'm delighted to be here, and I'm delighted for another reason, because when I look over the great fighters we have in the United States and the attraction, I tell you this honestly, there is no fighter in the world as popular as Tyson Fury.
You top.
And the fact that we'll be able to bring the people in the United States this fight, which I think will be a terrific heavyweight fight, to the fans in the United States, right in the middle of the college football season, so it'll get a really prominent spot on ESPN, is great for the sport of boxing, and it's great that we can do this as a Christmas present to the fans in the United States.
And what do we make of our challenger, Dereck Chisora? What are your thoughts, Bob?
I have a few thoughts about it. Number one, people say, well, Tyson beat Chisora twice early on. But I say, look what Chisora did with Anthony Usyk, with Alexander Usyk. That fight was a touch-and-go fight all the way before Usyk was able to pull it out. So when then Usyk was made with Anthony Joshua, people said, hey, Usyk has no real chance because look how he struggled with Chisora. But as you saw, Usyk handled Joshua 2 times far, far easier than he matched up against Chisora. That's number one. Number two, this gives me nightmares, with all due respect to Tyson, who I love dearly. I remember years ago, Tommy Morrison had won the heavyweight, WBO heavyweight championship against George Foreman and was matched in a unification fight with Lennox Lewis for then record-setting purses. And his manager said, hey, give Tommy a tune-up fight to get him ready for Lennox Lewis. So we did in Tommy's hometown in Oklahoma against Michael Bentt. And the bell rang and Tommy went across the ring and started throwing punches like mad at Michael Bentt. And Bentt hit him with a right hand and knocked Tommy cold. And that, for that point in time, was the end of a fight with Lennox Lewis and a $10 million, which was a lot of money, purse to fight Lennox Lewis. This
It's a good story.
Every time you match particularly heavyweights in against hard punching opponents, you have to really say a lot of prayers that something bad doesn't happen. So while I have all the confidence in the world in Tyson Fury, who I believe is the best fighter pound for pound in the world, I'll be as nervous as anyone the night of the fight.
Well, shit, Bob Arum. All right, man. I feel you.
Dereck, the floor is yours.
But that still don't mean we gotta like it.
Giving Bob Arum nightmares. What are your thoughts heading into December 3rd?
Am I? I don't know.
Bob kind of sold me a little bit.
Bob Arum and the Gypsy King. I'm buzzing. Tottenham. I'm a Man United supporter, but we did well last night. Yeah, it's a great fight. I'm buzzing, so this will be a good fight. I can't really say much because they put a gag on me in the contract. So for me to go here and start saying much, I can't really. So that's how I leave it.
There was a confrontation last month. at the Joyce Parker fight. You seem to come to loggerheads at ringside where it looked like you two did say much, and in fact you said he's a chicken afterwards, or he chickened out. What happened?
No. I have to give a shout. You know, Tyson, he's always said there's going to be a third fight, and then the fight is here now. So I'm excited. You know, I thank Tyson for giving me the opportunity to fight him. You know, give a shout out to his whole family. I'm buzzing. You know, is there bad blood? Not really, but you know, I want to take what's his and make mine. You know, so I can't box him. I can't. So I have to go in the mentally of, I have to physically take what's his and make mine. You know, so for me to sit here and try and say different things, it's not the way I operate. So now I have to get in my mindset that, you know, there's going to be loads of leathers chucked, punches chucked. I'm excited about that, you know, but the end goal, I have to take what's his and make mine. That's my whole objective to this fight now. So what's his, I want to make it mine. You know, physically, mentally, I want and come and take it off him. That's how I'm training right now. You know, I want to take it. I don't want it. I want to physically take it off him.
Oh, that's going to be a meme.
That's what I want. You know, the same way he went to LA and Vegas twice, he went there physically, took what was Deontay Wilder and made it his. You know, so this is exactly what I want to do. I want to come to Tottenham and physically take what's his and make mine.
We got to meme that. Can we clip that out? The physical.
Well, let's bring in Tyson Fury. Tyson, you've heard there from Dereck. He says he's going to come and physically take what is yours. Your mic is live. Over to you.
Firstly, I just want to say thank you to Frank and Bob and Queensberry and Top Rank for putting on a fantastic show here. Secondly, I'd like to say massive thank you to Frank Warren, because he's a man of his word, and for more than one reason before we start the press conferences. Frank Warren promised me when I returned from my short retirement that I would fight in December. And we tried to fight Joshua, we tried to fight Usyk, we tried to fight a few people, but they didn't want no smoke. So Frank is delivering this date on December the 3rd. So big shout out for that, Frank. And also, massive respect, because I have my bag here. Can you bring me bag up here, please? I have £10,000 in cash that I've collected today from Mr. Frank Warren. 2.5, 10. That's 10 grand in cash that Frank has brought for me today, because I bet Frank Warren £10,000 that Joshua won't sign the contract. Guess what? 10 grand richer, tax free, bet money. You don't. Put that back in my bag, please, and hold it tight, because that 10 grand means more to me than 10 million. Because I've got it in my hand physically, and I won it from Frank Warren. So I think you beat me with Joe Parker the other day, so now I'll beat you with this one. So fair play.
The sniffs are concerning.
And as for me trying to sit here and sell Dereck Chisora to the fans, I ain't got to sell absolutely nothing to nobody, because if we go to that bar over there and we order a treble Jack Daniels on the rocks, we know what the fuck it's going to do. We know what it's going to do. So when I say Chisora, don't forget, like, you got the so-called guys in the division that people, oh, these guys are top guys. We offer them big fights, no smoke, no smoke. You offer it to Dereck Chisora, boom, he's sat here opposite me. Man's got balls, and in today's society, in this boxing game, there's a big lack of balls. And you know who you are, these people who don't want no smoke. So with Chisora, he comes and he says exactly what it says. He does what it says on the tin. He goes to war. He's changed his name from Del Boy to War, and we're going to get a war. Now, however, I did outbox him comfortably the second time, but Chisora's style has changed, and guess what? So has mine. I used to be a tip-tap boxer on the back foot, jibbing and jabbing around the ring, and now I'm a HMS destroyer. So when you got two heavy forces colliding with massive bombs, and guess what? Someone's getting knocked out. That's all I'm saying, you know. If he lands a punch on me, a big swing, I'm getting knocked out. If I land a big swing on him...
It feels like it's got a tad more frosty recently between you. There's that ringside confrontation. Do you stand by that statement?
100%. I can beat anybody in the world. Always have been able to, and always will be able to. All the time I'm boxing, I can beat anybody. There's nobody that can touch me. I'm on a league of my own, I believe. And, you know, he done very well against Usyk. And may I say, who the hell is Usyk when he's at home? People don't even know his name until he beat the bodybuilder the other day. He was a little small heavyweight who was not going to do anything against AJ when Chisora fought him. But then he stepped up and beat the big bodybuilder, and all of a sudden he's a killer. I don't think so. Listen, I rate Dereck Chisora as highly as I rate Usyk, and I will train as hard for Dereck as I would do any man in the world. And if I didn't, I'd have to be an absolute idiot. I will not underestimate Dereck Chisora. And what Bob's talking about, the Michael Bent, Tommy Morrison, no disrespect to both of them, but if you combined them both, they won't make my left shoe. So that ain't happening, because I prepare correct. And I prepare hard, and I do everything correct. I don't cut any corners. And when I go in there, I leave everything in the ring, and God forbid I got beat. It won't be for the fact that, oh, I had an injury or I didn't train hard enough. It would be the fact that I lost to a better man on the night. So I wish Chisora all the luck in the world, and we're going to have a fight, and that's it. Going to be a good fight too, because he don't shy away, and I'm running nowhere, so someone's getting chinned.
Dereck, let me ask you this, right? Tyson's taken centre stage there. Well, what do you see when you look at him now? If you have a little look at Tyson Fury, what do you see when you look at that man? A man you know.
He's shrunk a little bit.
A handsome rogue.
He's shrunk a little bit.
He don't look shrunk. He look bigger.
He's shrunk.
Have you seen any vulnerabilities in his last few fights? Is he the same guy that beat you 8 years ago?
He's got a chip on his shoulder, Tyson, about AJ. I don't understand why. I think the whole Bob Arum and Frank Warren have a massive chip about AJ. I don't understand why. Why is that, Frank?
Like a ball. A chip.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you're so upset, you know that.
Listen, I believed in him. It cost me 10 grand. I thought he was going to fight.
Yeah, but there's complications in the whole thing.
Anyway, do you know what? Don't worry about it.
But
you don't even want to worry about it. All you need to worry about is one thing. This man to my right. That's all you need to worry about.
Frank. I don't worry about anybody. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You know why? Put me in a room with so many guys, I don't worry about anything. I am that guy.
If I was fighting him, I'd worry about it.
No, I don't have to worry, man.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
He's a big guy, and he can punch and he can box. He's a fighting machine.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
What's wrong with the audio? I had to turn up the gain because
you two need to get a room, because it wasn't so long ago when I was stood up here on my own, the little old boy from Manchester, and you two versus me. And now how the tables have turned. The tables have turned. It was all of a sudden, yeah, Chisora, knock him out. And now look, the big man has hit the stage, get up! And now, like Chisora once said, I have the big fish promoter behind me. So thank you very much.
The only thing Frank Warren don't have on is a dress, because he'll go anywhere with his money.
What'd you say?
I said the only thing you don't have on is a dress, my friend, because you go anywhere there's money, my friend.
I don't have a dress.
Oh, shots fired.
I didn't understand it. Say it again.
I say the only thing you don't have on is a dress, because wherever there's money, you will go there. You get it? Everybody got it.
I thought that was your game. Hey.
Boo!
One thing I'm doing, though, is going to hoard myself, Dereck. Oh. Go and look in the mirror, son. Go and look in the mirror. All you need to do now, Dereck, is get yourself ready for the third.
What? I can't hear you.
Third, you be there. We're going to have a fight.
You know what? We should get Eddie Hearn on the phone and figure out how we're going to sell out this stadium. Well, let's get Eddie Hearn on the blower quickly.
Ooh. I think he's actually trying to ring Eddie Hearn.
Let's phone Eddie. No, we have to figure out how we're going to sell the stadium.
He can't help you. You've got to fight the big man. He ain't going to be able to do nothing for you. He's gone into hiding.
He's not going to. He can help. He sells the stadiums every day.
But Dereck, you understand Frank's delivering you a world title fight the second time in your career.
So he's saying that Frank is not going to be able to sell that joint out, I'm guessing?
Listen, yeah, Frank is delivering Dereck the second world title, and all Eddie Hearn could do was try and use him as cannon fodder. Didn't deliver anything, did he? It was Frank who delivered the first world title shot against Klitschko, and then the second world title shot against GK for the WBC belt.
No, I got it. I delivered myself, man.
Rubbish.
I'm only here because of myself. It's not because I'm here. I'm here because you called me and said, "Oh, listen, do you want to fight me?" I'm like, "Yeah, speak to mommy and daddy." And then you got mommy and daddy with you. But you see anyone with me? No. That's mommy and there's daddy there. And then you go bigger son there. So that's why I'm here. You know, you phoned me and said, speak to mommy and daddy. And now we're here. So it's cool. Do you understand?
Oh, and by the way, what happened to this? Oh, Tyson Fury never offered me no fight. You little bullshit artist. I spoke to your manager on the phone.
Where is he?
Yeah, I don't know where he is. I don't even know what he looks like.
He's there. KD!
Who?
KD.
KD was on the FaceTime to me, wherever KD is.
KD?
He's there. He's right next to the
So
money.
he knows.
KD, take that bag of money. Don't worry.
He was offered this fight.
Take that bag of money. We're in Tottenham. Take that bag of money. Don't worry.
That's KD. He knows. He knows. Bag of money. He knows the fight was offered, and Chisora was saying, "Oh, Tyson's a bipolar. He says a load of shit." But here we are again. The fight's been offered, and now you've accepted. So guess what? I'm not that bipolar, am I? Because we're making it. It's done. Dereck has signed the contract. You talk.
Sit down, man. Just sit down.
I knew it was going to get cringe. I knew it.
Tyson, same question to you. What do you see when you look over here at Dereck Chisora, a man that you've seen so many times in your life? What do you see now when you look at him?
I'm not going to sit here and call Dereck Chisora names, because I won't. I fought the man twice, and I respect Dereck, and I'm actually a fan of Dereck Chisora. When this man fights, even when he was fighting my mate Joe Parker, I wanted them both to do well, which is crazy. A draw would have been the best outcome for me because I've supported them both. And you only can look at Dereck Chisora's resume and respect a man like that. He's fought everybody. He's fought the greats of this generation and other people as well. And he always comes and brings his A game. So Chisora's had 12 losses on his record, but 8 or 9 of them have been to world heavyweight champions, or past champions, or former champions, or future champions. So you got to respect him, and that's it. I've got nothing bad to say about Dereck. I think he's a good fighting man, and he brings his A game every time. Whether it's going to be good enough to beat me, I don't think so. Because no disrespect to him or anybody, I just don't think any of these people can beat me. In my reign right now, I'm reigning supreme, and I'll beat him. And then when I beat the little middleweight guy, people are going to say to me, "Oh, he was too small. He was half your size. Let's not give him anything for it. He was always going to win." That's what they'll say. 100%. I've seen it so many times. Just like when I beat Wilder, all of a sudden Wilder was shit. He never was any good. And now he's knocked out Helenius, all of a sudden he's a killer again. But I've slain the killer. Slain him. But who knows? Get Chisora out of the way. There might be a 4th Deontay Wilder fight. People say to me, "You beat Dereck Chisora twice already. Why are you fighting him again? Who wants to see that?" But I say to you,
motherfucker,
I beat
answer us.
Deontay Wilder 3 times. 2 times in a draw, whatever you want to say. But who here would not want to see me versus Wilder for a 4th time?
I'd rather see that over this shit.
So we're here, we're going to fight, we're going to sell out this stadium, and we're going to put a good show on right before Christmas. And I'm going to go home and have a good Christmas with my family, and Dereck can have the same with his. Happy days.
Dereck, do you have any questions for Tyson?
No, I'm just getting ready my mindset for this fight.
What is the mindset? War?
No, mindset has to be massive. Mindset has to be so strong. You don't understand. You know, my mindset is going to be so tough. Yeah, on the night. Yeah, I think you've seen it tough about this. Not this time is going to be so tough. You don't understand. It's going to be like. It's like that bag with 10 grand in it. I'm just thinking right now. Is that bag going to leave Tottenham with 10 grand in it? Or he's going to get on the train with no money in it? Because I want that money now. This is the mindset I got.
He want to steal.
I was trying to rob that 10 grand when I was sitting here.
Oh, no.
You don't need to rob it. You don't need to rob the man of 10 grand.
I'm
giving you a fortune in a minute. Just hold your horses to December and you'll get paid.
I'm trying to explain to you this, yeah. I want to take that and make mine now. You know, that 10 grand.
Take his money.
Yeah.
Take it.
I don't want you to give it to me. I want to take it. I want to, You know,
Take it. Man's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Take it off him.
Don't worry, man.
Go right down there and take it.
Crazy.
Get up, go right down there right
You
now.
have to understand the mindset. The mindset is unbelievable right now. It's just crazy right now. So I'm just buzzing. You will see. You will see. You know, it's gonna be toe to toe. 100%. I'm buzzing for this fight.
Do you think you can knock him out?
I have to knock him out. I'm going to drop him, yeah.
Have you seen stuff in his recent fights? Because you've picked against him. You picked against him with Dillian Whyte. You picked against him. You say Anthony Joshua will beat.
He said he's going to drop him. Let's check that one for the book.
Yeah, I'll beat him. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to knock him out.
Oh, okay.
100%.
There we go.
I'm going to knock him out. And when I do knock him out, don't say anything else. Just say thank you and say congratulations.
I'll say thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to knock him out. 100%. I'm going to knock him out.
Good stuff.
All right, Tyson. Well, look, over to you. You're right of reply to that. And what are your sort of final thoughts heading into this fight? How do you see it playing out when the first bell rings, December 3rd?
Listen, if he says he's going to knock me out, I want to see him do it. And if he does, I'll be the first one to congratulate him, shake his hand and say well done. Yeah, listen, I'm expecting a good fight, a good entertaining night of boxing in Britain again, in the second stadium back-to-back. I knew better than Dereck Chisora to do it with. Man who turned up. Only thing I'll say is, don't get any injuries and don't get second thoughts. Turn up on the night and let's give the fans a fight. That even rhymed. Wow.
All right. Well, let's sign out with Frank Warren and Bob Arum. Bob, I'll come to you first. Give us your final thoughts ahead of this one, December 3rd.
Well, you know, this is really a great experience because these guys know how to talk, and I just hope that the fight will be as interesting as the discussion that we've heard today, and I think it will. I really look forward to a very, very exciting fight. It can't be anything else. Dereck has said that the way to his victory is to knock Tyson out. And Tyson, you've seen what he's done in his last fights, knocking out his opponents. People love knockouts. That's what they're going to see on December 3rd. So we're going to see a really great competitive fight.
And just for the record, guys, I will do what Pulev and Usyk couldn't, and Parker. I will knock him out. That's it.
Damn, and I
Frank,
believe it too.
If you want to close on this, and also, are we heading into a territory now where this could be, if not the final, but one of the final times we'll see Tyson in the UK?
Well, if it comes through this one, then obviously the next one looks like it may be abroad. So if he does, he's going to be out there for a little while. I'm sure he'll want to come back to see the fans, but you won't see him on these shores for a little while. But having said that, all you need to do is you want to see Tyson in action, is to be here on the 3rd. One thing's for sure, it's going to be a knockout. It will be a knockout. This fight is not going the distance.
All right, Dereck, anything you want to get off your chest before we close off?
KD, take that back quickly.
There's a man with £10,000 sweating very nervously.
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but it's okay, you're a black belt in crazy. Take it back. I got your back.
He's got a black belt in origami.
What's that? Herpes?
No, that's when you twist the fucking paper.
And that sounds like a good note to end on. December 3rd, we will be back here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tickets go on sale at noon tomorrow via ticketmaster.co.uk. It's Tyson Fury, the best heavyweight in the world, WBC. There he is.
He's back.
He's back. Right here, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against this man, Dereck War Chisora. It will be a war. Do not miss it. 12 o'clock noon tomorrow. Tickets go on sale. Thank you very much.
Thanks, fellas.
Okay, so what we gathered is that this is a tune-up, and Tyson Fury's next fight, according to Frank Warren, is going to be abroad. That makes me automatically assume that the Usyk fight is going to be next. ESPN did touch on it several weeks back on their broadcast, about 150 million or something being on the table, maybe more. But still, they putting this in a stadium on pay-per-view over in the UK. He dominated Chisora, in both fights and stopped him, made him wait. Was that a stoppage in the second fight, or did he beat him? Like, he beat him so bad, I believe it was stopped. I covered that fight on the channel. Back in 2014, he stopped him in 10. 2014, he stopped him in 10. But it's like, damn, you couldn't get Manny Ochara, and then to say Joe Joyce was unavailable, that's bullshit, because Joe Joyce did want the fight. The Joshua fight, I don't feel that Eddie Hearn ever wanted the fight, and basically, I don't feel either of them really wanted the fight. I think it was a way for Tyson Fury and his team to be like, let's extend the offer, and be like, look, so, yeah.
Tyson to BT? Yes. Where are we going now? BT.
That was here's the thing. No matter what, Tyson Fury still is a champion. He's WBC champion, one of the pound for pound best in the world, in my opinion, the best heavyweight right now in the world. I would still pick him to beat Usyk because of the size. Let's not, even though he beat AJ convincingly, let's not act like Usyk didn't have any issues with AJ. He had issues.
Is he doing you next? I think so, yeah.
So, but this fight I'm just not really interested in. I just think they could have found a better opponent. But, he is a well-known fighter, Dereck Chisora. But damn, a third time? I can see if either of the fights were competitive, or not competitive, but, close on Chisora's part. We can't hear him. Let me pull that up on BT Sport. I think we can listen to that at least. Like, here's the thing. The fight, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. The fight has some, some appeal. Not a lot. But it's like we're paying for, Chisora to get knocked out.
It just shows you where we are, because to do two stadium fights back-to-back, Wembley and now Tottenham, back in London again, it's amazing. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of them. It's been a fantastic journey, and it's a journey that just keeps giving, and I just keep giving.
I mentioned to Tyson earlier on that I was asked the question, is he really retired? And I thought in his head and you're back, and we're all glad to see it.
I'm back, and I really meant it, hand on heart, like I swear to God I meant retirement. I didn't just do it as a publicity stunt. I really meant retiring. If you would have put me in a lie detector test there and then, I would have 100% passed it. But I now know a normal life I can't live. A normal life is out of order. It's not going to happen. I can't live a normal life. It's this or nothing, and it will cost me eventually.
So he's saying basically he's never going to retire, pretty much, until he has to be forced to retire.
There's a stratosphere out there somewhere.
You've obviously come in today shouting. Everyone's here for you. It's an enormous crowd that you're used to, not just of the general public, but the press. You've got to know them so well after all these years. Last time out, you had to do it by yourself. Now, Dereck Chisora also very familiar with these environments.
Yes, very familiar.
He gave you a bit back in the press conference there. Even Frank caught a few stray bullets.
Yeah, Frank got a couple of jabs with the left hook combined. I'm very unhappy that Frank's put a gagging order on Dereck, because, without that gagging order, he would have done something different here today, and I'm quite sure of that. So I'm going to have to speak to Frank and tell him to take that gagging order off him. But other than that, I think, very, very, very happy with the press turnout, and big respect to those guys.
What timepiece?
Big respect. I'm just rocking the latest timepiece of the Fury collection.
I wonder what it is that Frank Warren didn't want Chisora to say.
Steps for the day.
Come to London with an eye around.
It keeps cutting out on there, and fans in the chat are complaining.
Nobody can fight a knife in the throat, can they?
True.
That's why knife crime sucks, and anybody who carries a knife is a coward. And I said it first. So really, really happy. Looking forward to the fight. 70,000 people here at Tottenham. Did you see Tottenham get tonked last night by United 2-0?
I did. I thought you
Should
might
have been
mention
4-0. Really happy with everything. I'm really looking forward to a good fight.
What about a stadium fights, or what do you do now? It has to be a stadium. Old
You
Trafford
started
one
me
day.
off in stadiums.
Well, that
didn't
was
you?
good.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. How could
Yeah,
I
so
forget?
Famous member of the
I
Confrontation
boxed
undercard.
on his undercard in a stadium. Windsor Park.
That was great. That was a great night.
Great night. Great night. Throwback.
But what about talking about stadiums? And you've done Wembley. You're about
right.
to do Tottenham Hotspur. What about Old
I
Trafford?
don't really care too much about that, but yeah. So Tyson Fury saying he wants to talk to Frank Warren about removing the gag from Dereck Chisora. Makes you wonder what it is that Tyson Fury or Frank Warren didn't want Dereck Chisora to say. I think so too. Nigel says he didn't want Chisora to expose Warren and Fury regarding the AJ fight. I think so too. You know, that may be them, that something like that makes sense. But, you know, here's the thing. Because of it being the event that it is, I don't think they're going to go crazy with ticket prices. Do you really hear Frank Warren going crazy with ticket prices? I think they'll be able to get like 60,000 up in there, you know, because of the event it's going to be. You know, Chisora's name still carries some weight. It's just distasteful, and it pisses a lot of like the hardcore fans. You know, let's think about the casuals too, but the hardcore fans are like, yo, what? You beat this motherfucker. You beat the shit out of him in the last fight back in 2014. Then the first fight you dominated. You know, you won on points, and then you're fighting him again, and you're better than you were then. And then they're like, what the fuck happened to the AJ fight? What's going on with Joe Joyce? You got Daniel Dubois fighting on the undercard against Kevin Lerena. So it's just a very distasteful fight in that regard. Here in the States, it's not going to be on pay-per-view. It's going to be a regular ESPN Plus. They better not dare do that shit on pay-per-view. I don't think it's going to be on pay-per-view here in the States. In fact, let me see if ESPN put their press release out. Let me see. Oh, it says ESPN Plus. All right, it's not pay-per-view here in the States. Regular ESPN Plus. Okay, all right. Because they charged us for Fury versus White. That was the first time I can ever remember paying for a pay-per-view for a midday UK card. Like, you know, I'm talking about like a full price, you know, American broadcast pay-per-view. But anyway, let me get up out of here. I got a lot of shit to do, some podcasts to upload. So you can catch me on the Fight View 360 podcast with some new episodes launching very soon. I got some other projects that are set to launch today and tomorrow on the channel. I'm still going to cover boxing, but I'm not going to be doing, you know, stories on the same shit every day, especially for fights that we know are not going to happen. You're going to always be able to catch me covering big fights on the weekends. But that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight